Brooks Koepka emerged as the new major championship machine. A new generation of fearless young talent had arose, unintimidated by the McIlroy mystique. Augusta National became McIlroy's.
Are you tired of it? Seriously, are you absolutely, completely fed up to your eyeballs, tired of it? You know what I'm talking about, right? You step up to the first tee, your friends are watching. You've got a brand new golf ball that's so shiny it could blind an eagle. You take a mighty swing, a grunt of pure effort escapes your lips, and the ball dribbles 10 feet forward like a scared turtle. Or worse, it slices so far to the right that it ends up in the parking lot, possibly embedded in your friend's dad's car door. The dreaded worm burner, the sky-high pop-up, the slice into another dimension. These are the villains of our golfing stories. But what if I told you that there were cheat codes? What if I told you that two of the greatest golfers on planet Earth were ready to spill the beans, to give you the secret playbook for launching atomic bombs off the tee? Forget everything your well-meaning but slightly out-of-shape golf coach told you. We're about to dive into the minds of two living legends, Rory McIlroy and Scottie Scheffler. In one corner, you have Rory, the energetic artist with a swing so powerful it looks like it was created by special effects. In the other corner, you have Scottie, the cool-headed scientist, a master of consistency who swings a golf club with the calm precision of a brain surgeon. From unbelievable stances that defy logic to bizarre practice drills you have to see to believe. We're counting down the most mind-blowing, game-changing secrets that left us and the entire golf world totally speechless. And trust me, after you hear these hidden truths, you never look at your driver the same way again. First up, let's get grounded and learn how to stand still like you actually mean it. The setup secret: be an oak tree or a ninja. So you walk up to the ball. This is ground zero, the launch pad. You might think this is the boring part, but for our pros, this is where the magic recipe begins. Get this wrong and you're baking a cake with salt instead of sugar. It's gonna be bad. First, let's look at the powerhouse Rory McIlroy. He steps up to the ball and instantly transforms. He's not just a guy in a polo shirt anymore. He's a mighty oak tree. His feet are planted incredibly wild, way outside his shoulders. He looks less like he's about to hit a golf ball and more like he's bracing for a 10.0 earthquake. Why? It's all about center of gravity, folks. He's lowering his body's anchor, making it impossible to get knocked off balance. He's a human bulldog, a mountain gorilla guarding its territory, a sentinel at the gates of paradise. You could probably push him with all your might and he wouldn't budge. And check out his ball position. It's way up in his stance, almost off his front foot big toe. The untold story we hear from a source close to his camp is that he imagines the golf ball is a tiny, super annoying alarm clock buzzing on his nightstand. His goal isn't to hit it, it's to sweep it off the table with a powerful upward motion. That's how he gets that incredible high launch that seems to defy gravity. His grip, it's confidently firm, like a handshake from a superhero who doesn't want to break your hand but definitely wants you to know he could bench press a school bus. It's a setup that screams one word: power. Then you have the master of mystery, Scottie Scheffler. He glides up to the ball like a secret agent. His approach is totally different. He's not an oak tree, he's a ninja. A coiled spring, a cheetah, hiding in the tall grass, ready to pounce. His stance is more conventional, about shoulder width apart, but look closer. See that spine tilt? He leans his whole upper body away from the target, creating a distinct angle. He's prepping for an uppercut, getting ready to launch the ball over a skyscraper. But the real inside scoop is all in his feet and in his eyes. A former caddy whispers that Scottie imagines his feet are on two separate wobbly skateboards. His entire goal during that setup is to keep those skateboards perfectly still, which forces every muscle in his core to fire up and stay balanced. And his stare? Oh, that stare? He's not just looking at the fairway, he's having a silent, intense stare contest with a single specific blade of grass 312 yards away. He will not blink, he will not look away, he has to win the stare contest. Only then, once the blade of grass is submitted to his will, he's ready to swing. It's a setup that screams a different word: precision. The backswing battle. Wind up for the big wallop.
The driver. He's so powerful, this young man. If you ever get a chance to stand next to him and he's hitting a driver, it's quite extraordinary, the flight he puts on the ball. It almost gets second.
Okay, you're standing like a ninja fed oak tree. Your feet are rooted, your gaze is intense. Now what? It's time for backswing, the part where you gather all the energy in the universe before unleashing it on a tiny, unsuspecting white ball. Let's get back to Rory, our powerhouse. His backswing philosophy is simple: go big or go home. He starts by taking the club back wide. Imagine you're trying to push open a massive, heavy castle door. That's Rory. This creates an enormous swing arc, a motion so big it feels like it starts in a different zip code. This width is the secret to creating effortless power. But he doesn't stop there. The old-school golf teachers tell you to keep your lower body quiet, to resist with your hips. Rory laughs at that idea. He lets his hip turn like crazy. They spin freely, opening up his body. And then there's the shoulder turn. It's not 90 degrees, it's more like a 110 degrees. His back is completely facing the target, his shirt stretched tight across his shoulders, he's wound up like a human rubber band, a golfing slingshot pulled back to his absolute limit. This secret we pried from a locker room attendant is that Rory does a secret set of yoga poses, ones that will make a Pritzel look stiff, just to achieve this incredible flexibility. And the tempo? The real whisper is that he has a soundtrack in his head, and he takes the club back. He's hearing the high-speed meep-meep of the Road Runner, which gives him that explosive lightning-fast takeaway. Now, let's pivot back to Scottie, our calm conductor. If Rory's backswing is a rock concert, Scottie is a classical symphony, and it's famous for one thing: his super high hands. As he takes the club to the top, his hands go up, 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 like he's trying to put the club on the top shelf of a library, a shelf marked for giants only. To a golf swing perfectionist, it looks, well, a little weird, a little unique, a little homemade. The untold story is that his first ever coach spent 2 years trying to fix that high-handed swing. He wanted Scottie to have a more normal, on-plane swing. But every single time Scottie tried it the correct way, the ball would go everywhere but straight. Finally, in frustration, he went back to his natural high-handed move and stripped one 300-yard down the middle. He decided right then and there to embrace his own unique genius. So why does it work? The extra height gives him a ton of time and space on the downswing. He never has to rush. It's a longer journey for the club head to get to the ball, which means it has more time to pick up speed naturally. And his famous secret to a smooth tempo? He doesn't just recite the US presidents in alphabetical order. He has to clearly picture each president's face as he says their name, a mental trick that forces his brain to slow down and find a perfect, silky rhythm. He admits he sometimes gets a little rushed around Millard Fillmore and has to take a deep breath before Franklin Pierce. The downswing difference: the whoosh versus the shuffle. Now, this is it. The moment of truth. All that potential energy is about to become kinetic chaos. It's time to unleash the beast. Rory is at the top, a coiled spring of pure athletic fury. And the first thing to move isn't his arms or his hands, it's the ground. He pushes into the ground with his feet, and his hip unwinds in astonishing speed. They fire open like a catapult. His torso, shoulders, and arms are just along for the ride, getting pulled through with incredible velocity. It's a chain reaction of power, like cracking a giant whip. You can see the lag, the amazing angle between his arms and the club shaft holding the power back until the last possible nanosecond. And then, at impact, you don't just hear a sound, you feel it. It's a sonic boom, a whoosh of a fighter jet breaking the sound barrier right next to your head. It's a thunderclap that makes squirrels in the trees 2 counties over fall out of their nests. The ball doesn't get hit, it gets obliterated. It melts off the club face and screams into the sky. But then there's Scottie. He's at the top of his calm, high-handed swing, and as he starts down, something magical and bizarre happens. His feet start to dance. As he transfers his pressure and rotates his body with immense force, his back foot can no longer hold its ground. It slides, it shuffles, it glides forward. It's now the legendary Scheffler Shuffle, a move that has become his signature. It looks like he's doing a cool new TikTok dance mid-swing. But what's the real story? Well, we have it. The untold story is so much weirder than you think. When he was 13, playing in his first junior tournament, he was on that last hole, super nervous. As he started his downswing, he felt a sudden, slimy squish under his back foot. He'd stepped squarely on a big, juicy garden snail. In a moment of pure revulsion, he instinctively hopped and slid his foot forward off the poor snail, all while completing his swing. He looked up and saw the ball sailing on a perfect, dead straight line, further than he'd ever hit before. It was a light bulb moment. He realized that the yuck reaction had forced him into the ground and cleared his body perfectly. He'd been chasing that yucky snail feeling ever since. He admitted once to a friend that he tried to replicate it with a grape, a marshmallow, and a warm gummy bear, but nothing worked quite like the memory of that fateful snail. His impact sound isn't a violent explosion like Rory's, it's a deep, compressed thwack. The satisfying sound of a perfectly thrown dart hitting the dead center of a bullseye. If you feel the power surging through your veins, smash that like button like it's a 350-yard drive. Drop a comment below and tell us if you're on Team Whoosh or Team Shuffle. And of course, subscribe for a hole in